Hello and welcome to this edition of Piedmont Business Live. I'm your host, Ken Morrison, and today we're talking to Janice Walker of Raincatchers Global. Good morning, Janice. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Tell me, what is Raincatchers Global all about?
Raincatchers Global has a mission to help address climate change and to provide clean water, clean energy, and increased agriculture, impacting as many as possible.
So how did it get its beginning? What is the genesis of this group?
My husband and I have a background with horticulture, soil science, agriculture. He was an agronomist for many, many years, and we had our own lawn doctor franchise about 9 years ago. And then we had an extreme drought here in North Carolina, and we have a small farm, and our agriculture, our horses, our pasture, everything dearly suffered, as well as our business. Because when the rains would come, the ground was so dry that it couldn't absorb the water properly, and it would just run downstream and carry all the topsoil and create erosion problems. And I just said, there has to be a blessing in this, Lord, show me the way. And so with that, we did our research for the highest quality, state-of-the-art technology in rainwater harvesting that carried LEED points, that is supported by many federal and state tax incentives, rebates, grants. And in that research, we just saw the need for clean water. And as fracking has come about and chemical spills and train wrecks in our water supply, there's many people suffering without clean water. Yet when it rains, many places are flooded because of climate change. So we harvest the elements, wind, sun, and rain, to make a better world, to increase agriculture and health. And in doing so, we're providing jobs. Our son is a Marine, and we hope to help veterans come back and have a sustainable career. Obama supports these green actions, and people like Citibank just released $100 million for green projects. So bringing awareness to solutions is kind of where our heart is, but it stretches beyond. We work heavily in Haiti. We have brought clean water and solar pumping 7 miles up in the mountains to villages that have never seen running water before, and now they have clean filtered water. So it's been a pretty great journey, and we're making an impact.
Now, how do you guys harvest the sun and the wind and the rain? Tell me kind of briefly how that happens.
Okay, so you can catch from rooftops or from the ground. We go in any size project. We have a very large 30,000 gallon project in Chapel Hill, and we excavate. We put in a filter cloth. It's a buffer, and then a 40 mil liner. And then while that's happening, the crates are assembled by local labor, which is the beauty of it. We can go anywhere and hire local people to work. And then, so in about 4 days, we had 30,000 gallons in and covered and connected to the roofs. And it's being pumped into filtration to a potable source. And they haven't had a water bill in 4.5 years. So stormwater fees are reduced. And it's an overall good stewardship thing. So that's the rain part of it. It can be pumped to filtration or to agriculture so that we have proper soil saturation for healthier crops. Mm-hmm. And the wind is wind turbines. We're harvesting the elements in wind and sun. So we have several projects that are over 6 kilowatts of solar power that are selling back to the grid, net metering, and or battery banked and are completely off the grid. I think that solar prices have come down so much, and right now in North Carolina, you can get up to 65% tax rebates for installing solar.
Wow.
35 federal and 30 state. So it's just the time to do it. Your payback is quickly. We can run you a return on your investment, a performer, and show you how advantageous this is for the homeowner, but many large corporations as well. And I think it's just bringing awareness to these newer technologies and the ability to fight climate change, drought, flash floods. It's mitigating these things and using them to our advantage.
Are there a lot of companies out there that are doing similar types of things, or is this a fairly new type of phenomenon?
Well, the rainwater harvesting cisterns that carry up to 18 lead points have been around for probably about 18 years. They've been used for stormwater solutions. And what we have done, what sets us apart, is that we're solar pumping it to where it's needed and through filtration for use, instead of just letting it run downstream and out to the oceans, which is carrying all the bad things with it and killing our oceans. So where there is drought, when rain comes, you can't use it because it can't absorb into the soil, so we're mitigating that. And so I think I answered your question there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
When people invest in this type of technology, I assume that their return on investment is fairly quick. Is that right?
Especially with the solar and the wind, because there's so many supportive agencies and rebates out there with the governments. Rainwater harvesting also has its own credits and rebates and funding through local water and soil. The city of Raleigh right now, you can apply for up to 100% rebate on your rainwater harvesting because they're looking for stormwater solutions. They have standing water whenever we get heavy rain, like Greensboro does. An example is, instead of Greensboro streets flooding, when they did the National Ice Skating Championships a few weeks ago, it took 17,000 gallons of city water to fill that ice skating ring.
Wow.
It could have all been captured from the roof and stored and used. So people might say that we are playing God with water, but really we've played God with climate change, and we're helping to mitigate those extreme situations that it's bringing.
What kinds of things have your customers been telling you about the immediate impact or results that they're seeing?
Okay, great. One said that this is the best water that they've ever tasted. It's UV, micron, and carbon filtered. Cistern, we repair cisterns as well. So a cistern in Tennessee said they'd never thought that they'd have running water at their lake home again because there just wasn't running water there, and now they do. So agriculture increases up to 70%. We are now at NC-A&T State University. We're capturing from the greenhouses, solar powering everything to irrigation, and running the whole side tunnels on it. So we're unique. There's no one out there really doing rainwater harvesting, wind and solar for sustainable solutions in water and food insecurities. The impact of growing local is huge. So this goes far beyond just what we immediately do, but instead of trucking vegetables and fresh fruits from drought-ridden California to North Carolina, we can grow here. We can help emissions that way. So it's a large-scale thing that we're doing with harvesting the elements.
I imagine when you go to places like Haiti and you bring fresh water to the folks that have never seen it before, I imagine that's a very rewarding feeling.
I have goosebumps from head to toe. It's an honor, truly an honor. These people suffer desperately, but there's people right here in our United States that are suffering as well. Right. But when you can go to a village and you see 10,000 people have clean running water and are growing agriculture now, and their children, they're able to earn an income to put their children in school to buy their uniforms. It's sparking the economy. It's giving hope where there's been little to none. reaching out to organizations, churches, and nonprofits has starting to become successful. The help is from the United States and we are committed with all of our hearts to making a sustainable change there. In Nicaragua, there is a group of about 140 boys that were in the dumps being sold for sex and addicted to glue. They've been pulled out by an organization called Vision of Change, and they're in an orphanage. And about 2 years ago, we put in a rainwater harvesting system and a drip irrigation system. They are now canning so many vegetables they had to build a root cellar.
How about that?
They're self-sustaining 100%. And this same organization just helped a group called Kids in Fort Lauderdale, and we just finished a system last month there, and they're hoping for the same results. So either a corporate complex can have 1 million gallons and be off the grid and be socially and economically responsible, or it can be a small organization that puts in 1,000 gallons in Haiti. Perfect example here locally is Molly Light, lives in downtown Winston-Salem. Very stringent building codes, but we're under the ground in under her patio. We hand picked up every historic brick, put the system in and laid them back down, and her water savings is over 60% for the last 4 years.
Wow.
So we're adaptable to any situation. Haynes Mill, when the rains come, is underwater going out towards Country Club, and that can all be mitigated. We can capture that rain and use it for landscaping and apply it back to the earth instead of having, you know, hazardous chemicals and things running downstream. So I really feel that we are on the cusp of something large, and we are actually been nominated for the Green People Planet Award.
How about that?
And voting is until March 1st. We would love to have your vote. You can go to catchmyrain.com and read a little bit more about it. And maybe we can share the link on the video as well. But just a vote, a 5-second vote, can help us earn $5,000 to put back into a job, into better web design, and impacting a couple local organizations like Main Street Methodist Church in Kernersville with a portion of our winnings to go to their community garden, and then an orphanage in Haiti who has 90 children that about 5 people care for, and just have been able to purchase new land to build a new school and add on to the orphanage. So we're hoping to help them with the solar system. They have everything in place, the filtration's in place, but no way to hook it up. So with a little bit of money, we can do a lot. And with recognition as a solution to addressing the water and food insecurities and power problems, so that we don't have to run these pipelines and we don't have to have chemical spills and train derailments with gasoline going into our water supplies. The Duke Powers of this world need to see, and I think it's really catching on. There's more and more solar and wind going up everywhere. Not on the oceans, but only in the oceans for wind, but here locally. So these are real viable solutions to help.
It sounds to me like the gains are exponential in the sense that one person or one group uses the type of systems that you create, and that has a benefit to those immediately around.
Exactly.
And the more people and organizations who use these systems, the gains become even greater.
Correct. Exactly. And it's like a snowball effect, a domino effect, that is truly impacting the lives of children, communities, and corporations. So we have the ability to flexibly design from 1,000 gallons to millions of gallons, from 1 watt, well, 150 watts, to, you know, mega kilowatts. And this is the way we're going to protect our future generations. I have grandchildren now. And when they came onto this earth, I knew the importance with all of my being of what I was doing.
That's excellent. Well, I hope very much that your business continues to grow and be successful and make a real difference, as I truly think it will and already has. So if you want to know more about Raincatchers Global, then please visit the website that's at the bottom of this page and also at the end of this video. Janice, thanks so much for being with us and sharing your success story, and we really appreciate you taking time to be with us and telling us about Raincatchers.
Thank you so much for having us. It's been an honor.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Piedmont Business Live. We'll see you next time.